Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga. We've had a bit of a technical hitch today, so we're on a different camera, which means we don't have music, so sorry that we don't have music, and normally we give you time to kind of get yourself settled. So while I'm rabbiting on here, get yourself settled, and yeah, hopefully it all works beautifully. And welcome to Wednesday Yoga. So, in your own time, when you're ready, pause the video if you're not quite ready yet. Let us begin by lying down. And remember throughout your practice to listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. As you start off in a nice, relaxed position, making yourself comfortable on your mat, letting go of your day and everything that's going on in your world. Giving yourself permission to slow down. Releasing your body into the mat. And then letting your attention go to your breath. Inhaling through your nose, filling your belly. Pause. And then exhaling. Extending that exhale to deepen the breath. And let's take 3 more breaths here like this. And then when you're ready, bending your knees, roll over onto your side, coming up into a wide child's pose. So bringing your feet together and your knees out to either side of the mat. And then pushing back either with the arms extended out, or you can put one fist on top of the other. So whichever works best for you here. As you just breathe into this position, allowing the hips to open out and the spine to lengthen. Let's take 3 breaths here. And then when you're ready, lifting up to tabletop so your hips are over your knees. And then let your forehead once again come down onto the mat, still having those arms extended out in front of you, lengthening through the spine, feeling that lovely length that this puppy dog pose allows you to achieve. Softening the shoulders as you do. And 2 more breaths here. And then once again, making your way back into tabletop, curling the toes. Let's push back the hips and start to make our way into downward dog. Just pedaling your way in nice and slowly, wakening up the legs. Letting the muscles begin to stretch here. Pressing away from the mat with the heels of your hands. Having the shoulders away from the ears. Hips back towards the back of the mat. And when you're ready, coming to your point of stillness. And then breathing into the pose here. Keeping that head nicely down, gaze towards the belly button. And then walking those feet up to meet the hands, bend the knees and come up to stand. And let's take it to the long side of the mat with the feet out about 2.5 or 3 hip widths apart, toes pointing towards the front. We're going to sink down into a squat here. So letting the seat come down, trying to keep those knees out. And then we're bend, hinging at the hips, forward, raising the arms up and lift up onto the toes, finding your balance here, either gazing down at the mat or up in front, whichever suits you. Finding your point of balance. And let's take 3 breaths. Great strengthener for the legs. One last breath. And letting the heels drop down onto the mat, rising up to come up to straighten the legs. Let's just rotate this right foot to bring it to the front of the mat, turning that left foot inwards slightly. Raise the arms up over the head and let's take a bend towards the front. So we're getting like an extended side pose. So you'll feel this right leg doing plenty of work here to keep you in the pose. Remembering to keep that right knee directly over the right ankle. One more breath here. And letting the hands come down onto the mat. Step that right leg back into your downward dog. And raise the right leg up, stepping it up between your hands, and bring the left knee down onto the mat. Let's walk the left foot across and let it come down onto the mat for a pigeon pose as you lower the body down. One more breath here. And then making your way back up onto your hands and through to your downward dog again. Pushing back, letting those legs really stretch out, lengthening through that spine. Getting the most out of this inversion. One more breath. And again, stepping the feet up to meet the hands into your forward fold. Bend the knees. Coming all the way up to stand and bringing those hands into prayer at the chest. Good. Coming lengthways on the mat once again. Backing down into your squat. Bringing the arms out, hinging at the hips to lift up onto the toes for 3 breaths. And again, let the heels drop down, coming back upright. Let's face the back of the mat. So turning this left toe to the back, bringing the knee over that ankle, turning the right foot inwards slightly as we raise those arms up. So we still want the body facing the long side of the mat. Arms up and taking that bend towards the left. Feeling that stretch all the way up the right side of the body. One more breath here. And again, framing the foot, stepping it back into your downward dog. One more breath here. And I hope I'm doing the correct leg. Stretch the left leg up and bringing it forward to come into your pigeon pose here. Draping yourself down onto the mat, forehead on the mat. Softening the body over the leg. One more breath here. And then making your way back up through your tabletop into your downward dog once more. And from here, let's step it back into a plank. So having those shoulders over the wrists, lengthening through the whole body, pressing away from the mat with your hands, but keeping a softness in the elbows. One more breath here. And then bringing the knees down and the feet, lowering the chest and then the belly to come and lie with your forehead on the mat and your hands either side of your chest. And from here, lifting the forehead and chest away from the mat to come into your back bend. One more breath here. And then lowering the forehead down onto the mat, bending the right leg. And if you can hold on to your right foot, do. If not, you can use a strap and just lift that right leg up. And raise the chest and forehead. Great stretch for the quad, this. One more breath. The more you press the top of your foot into your hand, the bigger stretch you will feel. And lowering it down. Releasing that right foot. Let's try that on the other side. So holding onto the left foot with your left hand. And raising up the forehead, the chest, and the left leg. Really nice all over body work. One more breath. And again, releasing it all down. Let the arms come out long, forehead on the mat. One more breath here. And then bending both knees. And again, using your strap or your hands to hold on to your feet. You might find this is enough for you, or if you want, we can take it into a full bow pose. So you're going to raise both legs and your forehead and your chest. Lifting it up, keeping the gaze on the mat. And holding for one more breath if you can. And then releasing it all down. And again, let the arms come out long for a nice full body stretch. And then from here, let's make our way over onto our backs. And bringing the arms out into a T. Bending the knees. And pressing into the mat with your feet, lifting up into a bridge pose. Let's hold the pose here for 3 nice breaths. And then slowly lowering yourself down onto your mat, hug those knees into the chest and take a little rock from side to side. And holding onto the toes of your feet, just extend the legs up for a nice final stretch of the legs. One more breath. And then releasing the feet, let them come down onto the mat, lengthening the legs. Let the feet fall out to the side and the palms face upwards for your final resting pose of Shavasana. And now it's time for you to just release, relax, and let go. Letting go of your feet and your legs. Letting go of your glutes and pelvis. The whole back of your body and shoulder blades. The front of your body, chest and shoulders. Letting go of your arms and your hands. Your head, face, jaw and chin. The whole of your body, just let it go. Take a little moment here for your own personal gratitude. And then let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose into your belly, pause, and then exhale. And taking a few minutes here